please, if you are coming towards Abia Gate and the Sokoto Gate, you have to be careful. There's demolition ongoing. All these plazas that was built opposite Sokoto, Ebonyi, and the Abia Gate, they are demolishing it.
Can you just see all this morning? These are new buildings.
It is ongoing now. Demolition is ongoing.
These are about 3, 4, 5 stories.
If you look, you will see ROSS
boss. They
park all around here. Security personnel, officers, police, all of them line up there, mopo. So when you are coming, don't be afraid. Just enter inside market. They are just demolishing those buildings that they build across. Just look at billions of naira that is going down.
Just look at all these buildings.
Just look at
pulling these buildings down.
Billions of naira that will go down in a
all these upstairs.
All this line up.
2, 3, 4, 5 story buildings.
Just look at what is happening this morning. Yes, it is happening just now. Just see what you are witnessing now. Billions of naira just going down in a drain.
Barrister. Now, I don't know. Obviously, those properties, there's okay, I won't say there's no doubt, but at least 90%, the 10% is possibility of the different possibilities or other different possibilities. But 90%, there's no doubt that those properties belong to the Igbos. We know Lagos very well. Properties like that, obviously, Igbos own those properties. Now, what happened here? Is this a case of I will build this property, I will build this house, I will erect these properties, and nothing will happen? Or a case of the government, okay, because the problem is you ask yourself, when these things, when they were laying foundations, when they were building all these things, didn't the government see them? Didn't they notice that? Didn't they notice the erection? Why didn't they mark those properties to stop? To at least is command them to stop building that. What happened? Even if they have gone to bribe or whatever, the commissioner for lands, the governor or whatever, things like that, that's a trade. I think they call that place trade fair center or whatever. That's a very, 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 very conspicuous, very open place that is noticeable, that should be noticeable by any dignitary. And besides, why, for God's sake, why will government just keep its mouth shut and allow people to build, someone to build property to this level before coming to demolish? Is it a case of the Igbo people that built this building, erected these buildings? Is it a case of I will do this and nothing will happen? I have bribed the relevant authority, the people, like the important people, and nothing will happen? Or a case of, okay, government noticed it, but they decided to keep their mouth shut and allow the people to finish building the whole whatever, invest their money on the building, just for a kind of resentful purpose, for mischievous purpose. Let's allow them. Let them continue doing what they are doing. At the end of the day, that money will be wasted. They will pull it down. Barrister, I don't know. It's either of these two scenarios.
It's a combination of the two. It's a combination of both of them. But the question you should be posing, that's not the question you should be posing. The question you should be posing is two, or rather three. One, does these properties have legal titles?
They don't. That's my point. That's why I decided to put that aside. They don't.
These are the questions you should be asking.
No, they don't.
Does these properties have legal title? Two, do they have planning approval, building approvals from the relevant government agency? Those are the two considerations.
No, but Barrister,
I'm coming. A third one, which really is not the responsibility of the builder, is whether it is within an approved plan. I mean, the planning of the area. Now, if you didn't have title, the government will be right to pull your property down. If you have title, but you did not have a building approval, your plan to build has not been approved by the government will be entitled to pull it down. But if you have the two, both the title and the planning approval, then the only instance constitutionally that the government can pull it down is by taking over the property for public purpose. That is for roads, for schools, for hospitals. And you are paid adequate. The Constitution uses the word adequate compensation. It is not demolition for any other purpose, but for public. You are not taking the land to give to another person. You are taking it so that a road will pass or a school can be built. That is for public purpose. Even where you have title, you have building approval, it can be done.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, why I decided to cut that off is because it has been established already. It's in a public domain. And the government I think somebody that interviewed somebody from the government or whatever, they don't have time. That's why I talked about, is it a case, I asked a question if it were a case of the builder actually being too full of himself or herself by probably daring the government that, okay, I will do it and nothing will happen, probably because he has bribed the relevant authorities or whatever. That's why I brought that, because there is no title. Because you cannot approve. Hold on, Barrister. You cannot approve. In the first place, you can't even approve. Government cannot give an approval for a plan that does not have a title. The land does not have a title. So
it cannot.
So if it doesn't have a title, that means the plan doesn't have a plan from the government, an approved plan. That is the point. And that is why I asked, at this point, something like that, a street like that with so much, these are new buildings, for God's sake. Obviously, the government, they were aware of it. There's no doubt about that. Why didn't they, even if he had the people have bribed people in the relevant places? What happened with the commissioner, the governor, or whatever? Why didn't they?
I told you, when you pose the two questions, I say it's either of them, both the builder and the government flexing muscle. I have personal experience in Kaduna here. If you know Stadium Roundabout, yes. Somebody started the building. I'll just give the example so you can take it from there. Somebody started the building right inside the roundabout. My office was opposite it then. And the Kapsuda came, marked the property, and they subsequently came and demolished part of the property. That it was not appropriate in that environment, in that kind of place. It's going to help build up traffic.
I know the property you're talking about.
But what happened? A few weeks after, the whole property was rebuilt and it's still standing today.
Yes.
So you see, the perception, sometimes these people with money, they believe that, yes, because Nigeria is so corrupt, Nigeria has come a long way in that system, that you can use money and achieve anything. Somebody will tell you that I can use money and send you to prison and throw away the key. So this perception and this thinking is deep in people in Nigeria. They believe, they don't mind the laws, they don't mind the rules. Once you have money and influence, you believe that you can get away with anything. So people go ahead and build even when they don't have title. I have seen it. Even people build without title.
Yeah, I remember even me, somebody, they Hazley may come develop this or whatever. I said it does not, as long as there's no CFO for that land.
Yes,
I am not,
because
somebody said they will bribe someone, they will have people in the whatever that they will bribe. Or I said, I'm not going there.
You may have money and influence at the highest level at a particular time. But maybe later the influence is no longer there.
Yeah, that's the point. And that's also my thinking. That's why I refuse that nonsense.
But on the other hand, on the flip side, government should be responsive to people. There are situations where, even the Abuja master plan, there are situations where it has been, they have looked at it and said, no, we can adjust the plan to accommodate this yes. This place. We don't need to really bring down this thing. Government is responsive to people. So circumstances and situations where these illegalities can be accommodated, government should go out of their way, accommodate it with strict penalties, with penalties that will even bring revenue to the government, provided it fits or can be fitted into the master plan of the area.
Yeah, but the truth is
Lagos in particular, I know the present commissioner for environment is a lawyer we have met. He's a young man. He's doing a good job because the congestion of Lagos, the flooding of Lagos, even you see pictures yesterday, one of the estates is completely underwater.
Yeah.
It's completely underwater. These are because the channels have been blocked and people have built over them. Where the water channels will pass, people dig and build. So water continue to build. And he has been going up and down, opening those channels, demolishing properties that stand on water channels, canals, and everything. He in the past 2 years, he has been very impressive on that in Lagos. So you can understand one side of it. And again, you can understand if it affects one tribe more than others, because come to think of it, development in Lagos is mostly by Igbos. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And most of those parts you see, it is Igbos that develop it.
Yeah.
So when something like this is going to happen, it's going to affect the Igbos.
I don't know why, honestly, you actually risk your hard-earned money. For God's sake, those buildings are new. I don't understand why people will always dare it. Just like you noted earlier, and that was my thought. That has been my thought. That's why I refuse to go by the advice and pressure people are mounting on me. Come develop this, do this, and continue whatever. We have people in government that can whatever, just settle them. Because my problem is not about today. My problem is tomorrow.
The people are no longer there.
Yeah, if not, those people are no longer there, and somebody like a crazy governor like Erufai comes in on weekend.
What Erufai did in Kaduna.
Correct. Comes in there and say, okay, we have to do the right thing. So that is the problem.
You know the Kigo Road extension that extends to the river.
Yes.
People built against advice.
Yeah, flooded. Against government flooded. Yes.
And during the rainy season, they pack out.
Yeah.
They leave until the rainy season, because the rain comes in such a way that you can't come out of your gate and you can't enter the property.
Yeah.
Whatever space is there, somebody will go there and erect a structure.
Honestly, people don't they don't learn. Honestly, it's so sad. It's so unfortunate that those properties are worth billions. These are new properties, for God's sake.
When you look at this thing and you see them put down, your heart, my heart melts. I just see that if there is a way, this adds value to every economy. If there's a way that government can accommodate. If there's a way that government can accommodate this thing, let them allow it.
Somebody, I had a journalist was asking a question.
Penalties.
Correct. A journalist was asking a question. What is the purpose of pulling down this? Okay, they have violated the law. There's not the rules of the state. What is the problem? Is it that it's built on a pathway, or it's built on something that public or what is it? Honestly, the government has not given any cogent reason for pulling down, even though they built it illegally, for pulling down these buildings. And if it is not that an important reason, why just like what you suggested, government should, the worst case scenario, they should penalize them, let them pay the penalty, even if it's going to worth billions. At least penalize them. If they can pay, then fine. If they cannot pay, they pull it down.
And like you noted, the government itself is not completely innocent in this matter, because they have agencies that monitor development.
Correct. That's my point. That was my point earlier.
At the level that the property has not come up, they should have stopped it.
Yeah. That is
so
it.
If I'm the governor of that space, I will look at it and say, look, these buildings contributes to the economy of this place. If it is possible, if they are not blocking a road, if they are not blocking any other infrastructure, I will find a way to accommodate it. Then go back and we will strengthen our enforcement agency.
You see, the problem is that I think all these demolitions, all these demolitions has to do. It's just political. I'm telling you, they're political. They are not up till now. Tinubu is not. He has never been happy that Igbos embarrassed him in Lagos during the election. For the first time in the history of Bola Tinubu's political career, he was embarrassed in Lagos. He felt that Lagos, he had a very, very strong grip in Lagos on Lagos politics. But the Igbos actually proved to him that without them, he cannot have that strong grip. They are the reason why he had that strong grip. And that threatened him, and not only threatened him, that made him to be furious, and he became bitter. By extension, became bitter and resentful against the Igbos. And he is the one controlling this Sanwo-Olu or whatever, the current governor, doing that. Honestly, all these demolitions, you've heard of other demolitions. There were ones that happened about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The demolitions are just going. It's a systematic fight against Igbos. Just like everybody knows it. Most buildings in Igbo and in Lagos belongs to, especially commercial buildings, belongs to the Igbos. And so that, I just see this as political, and they are trying to be, Bola Tinubu is trying to be vindictive against Igbos, and don't just being vindictive, he's trying to intimidate them against 2027. He just wants, worst case scenario, he doesn't even want the Igbos to come out and contest and vote, because of course they won't vote for Bola Tinubu. And that is just it. It's so sad, honestly. So sad that everything in Nigeria is personal and political. It is so sad. Our leaders don't do anything for credible reason anymore. It's so sad. Okay.